See you. Hi, and welcome everyone. Fire Talk. This is my epoch, and this is Sunday night's Proof of Life podcast. My eyes are watering because I'm just that damn tired. We did a lot of miles today. Um, yeah, and I really didn't expect to do that many miles, but we were gonna do a what I thought was a gap camp, but it turns out to be a campground, and they don't even accept primitive camping. So I couldn't even talk to them about the cost of what it'd take to get in there. But anyways, I was resourceful like I always am, and um, thanks to bushcraft. When him and I talked on the phone, he was talking to me about how nice farmers are, and since I've been following his advice, I have actually gotten one of the farmers was not, which was but that was supposed to be a trail angel. Um, that was the one that made me feel a little. Hey, what's up, Jeremy? Hey, you can see your wrench right now, can't you? This isn't a replay, is it? I gotta razz you about that. What's up, Linda? Nice to see you. So, but yeah. Anyways, we end up walking. I was like, I kept seeing these farms. We're walking along 50, and I just go up to him. I'm like, dude, I was looking for water, and then seeing that it was a farm, I'm like, hey, we're looking for, can I fill up my water bottle? Like uh, there's like no water along this way, and like we ran out of water probably like maybe 30-45 minutes before. It was like, holy crap. And it's like, I don't even know why. I've been properly hydrating all day. Sam's been properly hydrating, and yet it was like I was starting to get parched. It was supposed to be like 82, 84 today, and it turned out to be like almost 90 again. Ugh, this heat. You know what, though? It was nice. It was breezy. We went through a lot of cool spots, and, so on and so forth. So, yes, she was inside you, wasn't she, Linda? So, what's up, Palm Coast? Nice to see you as well. So, but just getting in here, and we went up, and I asked for some water. He's like, yeah. I says, hey, we're looking for a camp to spot. The nice thing about farmers and just being out in the country is they're pretty straightforward people. Unlike the city where you're playing a game of cat and mouse and all this other stuff. The out in the country, as long as you come up to them, look, I'm traveling. I just need a place to sleep for the night. We'll be clean. We'll be out early. No drugs, no alcohol. Don't have to worry about it. And the part about the whole no drugs, no alcohol comes from the Florida Trail. There's this. If you come out of the Apalachia National Forest and because like I did, if you guys remember when I smashed my hand with my backpack. Um, anyways, there's this convenience store, and he lets people sleep behind it as long as no drugs, no alcohol, no drinking, no. He's like, I don't want to deal with that stuff. I'm like, okay. And because I did good, I left the place proper the first time, and I even went in and spent some money, so it wasn't like I was just like there and not doing anything. I did spend some money. Um, when I came back through the second time, because the first time I was on bike, the second time I was hiking trail, and he remembered me, and he's like, yeah, go ahead, not a problem. And so I was able to get a camp spot. So um uh no, not gonna, Melody. Not gonna. um that's the terms of endearment. That's you know uh yeah, just like me and Bengay, my family will never let that down. So we're not gonna let that down either, Melody. We love you. So, but uh excuse me, guys, I'm exhausted. Sam's exhausted. She, and she starts spazzing a little bit as well. Just with wanting to like rest and lay down and stuff like that. But it's not that she's tired. It's just that she's bored. I think that's really what it is, because she wants to go and explore and play and stuff like that. When she's pretending like she's tired, she's not really tired. Because as soon as she sees another human or another dog, she wants to go play. So I know that she's not exhausted, tired, like I'm running her into the ground. It's more or less, I think that she's just bored, because the road walk, she doesn't get to wander like she does on the trails. And so it is what it is. Um, So yeah, someone to hide you. Yes. Hey, what's up? Hell yeah, 333. Nice to see you. So, but this guy was really nice at first. You know, he's like, yeah, that's a park over there. I said, look, I'm gonna need to come back for more water because, I know I am. And he's like, okay, yeah, come on back. And then he ended up talking to his dad and telling me about this. As you see, this is a patch of trees that was mowed, and like, I'm not gonna show you guys just because I want to give them their privacy. Um, but the guy yeah, there's like a whole cornfield, like maybe 500 feet from me. So that's nice. Uh, call me moldy. I didn't call you moldy. At least you can pick on me by the words I actually said. Okay. Um. Anyways, so but let's see what you guys have to say, because I see we got a lot of the platitudes. Everybody's saying I. Remember, this is Tuck and Sands, where everybody knows your name. We're building a community, we're building a family, and I try to answer everybody's question. I know there's going to come a point when I can't, but at least right now, as with everybody that's in there, I always try and answer your questions. So if you have a question, put it down in the comment section, and I will. I will get to it. So just stick around. So okay. So we got Palm Coast, we got Jeremy, we got Linda. All right. Yes. Well, hey. I mean, come on. I'm in my soft guy era. I gotta drizzle there. So y'all need to. Okay. So I read that. Can I see Sam? Yeah, sure. Let me show you guys Sam. Uh, Let me go right here. So she's under my hammock right now, just passed out like usual. So she, yeah, before we got in here, we took about an hour. We took about an hour so that she could rest, between 3 and 4. So, because, 3 o'clock is the hottest part of the day. I looked at the weather. I was expecting it to be like 82 because it'd been like really cool all day. Plus, we had lots of shade, lots of breeze. There were quite a few creeks along the way. Sam would go in. Sam, I love this girl for what she does. Okay, so what I do is I take off the leash. I say, go get in the water. And she goes and runs to get in the water. And she'll just sit there like pant. And she just sit there and she'll drink and stuff like that. But she'll sit there. She won't move. She's like, oh, I'm so cool right now. Oh, man, the world is good for me. And then, I'll call her out, and she sometimes, like, towards the end of the day, she mopes out, like, I don't want to get out. I want to go lay in the water for the rest of the day. So, but that's kind of what we do along the road. Is anytime I see any water, although I hate that it slows me down with these hot temperatures, this is kind of how this is how I manage my dog. So there's in these hot temperatures, when you're getting above 85, it's not dangerous for a dog. You just need to be more conscious about the dog. So when we're walking, I'm not letting her walk on tarmac. I am putting her over in the grass because the grass is cooler. Even when we pull off the road into the shade, I'll just put my back on the grass because it actually sucks all that heat out of me. Okay, that's why I make sure that she doesn't. Her hottest part is her underbelly. That's where most of her heat comes from, not from her back, but from her underbelly. So whenever we see something that is a body of water, is doesn't matter if it's a creek, a river, a lake, even some of these retention ponds. I had a guy come out and go, oh, well, I give her clean water. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm cooling my dog off. This is how she stays cool. So then what'll happen is she'll be soaked and she'll come out and she'll be wet. And especially when that breeze kicks in, now that helps cool her down. And so she's cooling down. She's not overheating. She's not getting too hot. Because Jeremy sent me a message on Patreon. So if any of you guys aren't on Patreon, you should come on over to Patreon. But Jeremy sent me a message on Patreon telling me that um, uh, sorry guys, I apologize about the wind, but it all of a sudden decided to be windy today. So and the breeze feels so good with this heat. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just apologizing for it. But that's pretty much how I keep Sam cool. Plus, whenever I have a snack, I always give her a piece of my snack. That way, I think she's gaining weight. I don't think she's losing weight. She's getting leaner. Like I'm looking at her legs, man. Those hind legs are really. Here, let me see if I can if we can get a good shot of her hind legs. But so usually, like during the day, man, I will see these hind legs more defined. But you can kind of see, like right here. This is new because it used to be flat, but this is her legs are getting very what's the word, toned. Okay, so okay, so someone to hide you, Vader from Cars. What's up, Cole? Okay, this is Dookie. Well, sorry, Thelkberg. Make fun of me and call me. Okay, yeah. Okay. Uh, no, I don't speak Italian. What's up, Rosario? Nice to see you. I hope everyone here just knows that you are important, and I am glad you were created on this earth. Okay, well, thanks, Jarrett. Much appreciated. What's up, Okay, Linda. Okay, bro ran from zoo. Okay, what's up, Ohana? Won't be seeing Nay soon. For days. Okay. Um, what do you think? Oh, hold on. What do you think about Ireland? Well, Paleo, I don't understand what you mean by that. What do I think about Ireland? Not exactly sure. Hurricane season started early. Oh, okay. Isn't that Scotland's cousin? I mean, I'm 50% Irish, so I mean, I don't really have anything. I'm a quarter Scottish, 50% Irish, and the rest I'm mutt. So that's that. What is a retention pond? Thank you. Okay, so thank you. A retention pond is like out in the on the farms. They will have a retention pond. Basically, they just dig a hole. Sometimes they put plastic under it, but it catches all the rain, and it gives like the livestock something to be able to drink. Also, if you put a pump in there, you can pull water out of there and filter it and bring it into your house so that you don't have to worry about a well or anything else like that. There's multiple uses for a retention pond. But that's generally the uses that I see out here, because sometimes I'll see pumps and sometimes I'll just see it like in the middle of a field for the cows. Okay, so nobody uses Dookie anymore except kids. I don't know. Well, I don't know. So thank you. It's a place for a runoff water to help with flooding. Um, Oh, okay. That's another thing as well. But it seems like the uses for it is just for either livestock or or for filtering. Just from what I've seen, if you've seen some of the pictures I've posted in the community tab or through some of the videos that I do, you'll see these pumps that sit out there, and you'll hear them on and stuff like that. But that's what I know about retention ponds, and Jeremy knows a little bit more. But honestly, if you want to know who the most prepared person is in all of my audience, I think it's Jeremy. Just from getting to know him, just to hear him talk about his setup and all that other stuff. Because when it comes to SHTF or an economic collapse or a government collapse or civil unrest, a global war, whatever it is, you got to do more than just survive. You got to be able to live. And, Jeremy, I think one of the things that's going to really be beneficial for him is um, he's going to be, what's it, like a shopkeep. Okay. He's going to be a supply clerk. And, this might be your time now to start networking and setting up your connections with him, because when it all falls apart, you're going to want something. So, but, okay. Oops. Crap. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, okay. I thought they've changed the menus. Okay. Lake Houston is basically one big giant retention pond that collects the runoff from the San Jacinto River. Oh, okay. So, what's up, All American Prepper? Glad to see you, man. So, what's up, DFH? Okay, man. Nah, I'm a beginner learning every day. Yeah, you say that, but from talking to you, man, you know more than you let on. You're much smarter. Don't. Yeah, I believe in you, even if you don't. So, but I want to do the live stream because I said I would do it every day from trail. I kind of tell you guys what's going on, stuff like that. I will be so at 10 o'clock on Thursday night. I will be leaving Parkersburg, and I will be in DC around 5 o'clock on the 5th. And so they're taking me like through the Carolinas and stuff. It's kind of really stupid. It's almost like let's extend this route. It's a short jaunt like straight there, but instead they're taking me like to South Carolina, then North Carolina, and then I gotta lay over, and then I can get into DC, and I got to go back through Virginia and all that stuff. And it's like, well, that's just kind of stupid. But what's up, Pixel Whimsy? But and so I'll be there. I'll be there at 5 o'clock. So, and that'll be Friday. So on Sunday, Ayana, my business manager, will be showing up, and I will probably be meeting her like Monday or Tuesday, because on Wednesday is a rally. It's called a rally to end homelessness. They're holding it in DC. It's going to be a big deal. There's going to be a lot of people there. I want to make sure that I cover that, especially considering what I talk about on this channel. I think it's important. And then from there, I will be making a decision like when do I leave and what direction do I go, because I got three things that I need to do, and I'm trying to figure out how to do them and be economical about it. Because I promised Scott that I would come back and I would hike the trail with him, and I'd spend a few days with him, and I'm really looking forward to it because he's all of you guys are my favorites, but he's got a special place in my heart, just because of the conversations that I have with him, just like Jeremy. And so with Scott, I want to make sure that I come back and I honor that, because not only did he do me really right, but I really appreciate him as a human being. And honoring your commitments is important, but sometimes you just things happen and things change. See, one of the things that you need to realize when you are in this lifestyle, especially like I have a little bit more complication because of doing YouTube. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I would probably, like, half the things that I'm doing, or all over the place, I probably wouldn't be doing. It's much different. So this isn't an Eno. This is a Walmart $30 hammock, dude. But anyways, getting back here and not paying attention to the comments for just a minute. So what I'm looking at doing is I can either walk to Parkersburg and wait for payday. Once I get to Parkersburg, then I can catch a bus to Cincinnati. Then from there, I'm either gonna do a road walk south, and Sam and I are gonna be looking for trails along the way. I'm beginning to really like road walks because of the people I get to meet. I'm meeting people along the way, and if you look in the um, uh, uh, if you look in the comments, oh no, I didn't think you were being rude at all. No, I was just telling you that this is a $30 hammock from Walmart. It's you don't want to have a very expensive gear out here. Not long term. No way. I mean, that's why I keep telling it's just you got it. Your gear's gonna break down so quick just because of nature. But anyways, getting back on topic. So, and then I would do a road walk down to Georgia and meet up with Pebbles, and then she's really close to where Tomcat is, and so I don't know if some of you guys may know who Tomcat is. Tomcat brought a lot of subscribers, and him and I have a lot going back and forth on our channels. I watch his videos, he watches my videos, and I always keep up on him. But his wife passed away a while ago, which was really sad, and him and another content creator who was kind of like consoling him and stuff like that, they kind of developed things, and they are now an item. And that was kind of what allowed me to be open to be able to even accept what's Pebbles is. So I'm trying to filter names because I know what her real name is, but I call her Pebbles over here. What's up, Mr. Orange? But anyways, it was an inspiration to me, and I was really tickled pink to see both of them come on and say thank you when I told them that. But yeah, Bug Out Adventures comes out and watches as well. So, but I'm hoping that they're still in Jacksonville because Savannah and Waycross are pretty much, they're like 50, 60 miles from each other, as far as from Jacksonville. So I could very easily stop in Jacksonville instead of going to directly to Pensacola. And I want to be able to say hi and shake Tomcat's hand, because I told him if I was ever through again, I would stop through and see him. And then from there, depending upon what happens, I'm probably going to end up meeting All America Prepper in Pensacola. But it also depends upon what happens between and me and Pebbles, because if we're gonna like move forward and stuff like that, it's it's gonna take me in a different direction, and so therefore. I want to wait to do the American Discovery Trail with her if we're going to be an item, because once we start moving west and we start getting up into the Rockies, she and I both have the same goal, which is eventually we both want to own a piece of property to build a homestead. She's very knowledgeable about a lot of the things to do. And I'm kind of going to be a little bit of just a handyman. I'll put in wherever I can and stuff like that. But this is something that we both kind of wanted to work for, and this is kind of the goal that I was trying to reach by the end of this year. But I will see if it happens. Okay, but I'm trying to juggle all that. I may have to sit down and have a chat with Scott and see if I can just come see him maybe next year and just make a special trip up just to come hang out with him and spend some time, maybe even a week or whatever, however long he wants to spend. But I don't want to just leave that by the wayside. That's very important to me, because when I tell somebody I'm going to do something, it's very important that I do it. Now, if I don't do it, there has to be a good excuse for not doing it. And I don't know. I think I have some good excuses, but that's still neither here nor there. But anyways, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Are you going to address the cities now? Okay, hold on. Okay. Well, okay. I'm planning more prepping in place, but I do have a bug out equipment if I need to hit the road ASAP. I think everybody's going to be forced. There's going to be there's going to be mass migration, and that's really. And I'm gonna. So I'm broke, but you're a great guy. When I get my student check, I will send you a blessing. I won't forget about it. Hey, that works, Pixel. I mean, just show up and participate and be part of the community. I mean, you don't. It all pays off eventually, okay? Because when I get sponsors, it's about the number of people that watch my content. So now I can charge more, so that because there's more of you guys that watch. Not only that, every time you watch my long form videos, I get paid. I get paid for you watching the ads, and so that helps me out. Coming over to Patreon, $5, $10, $20 a month, that helps me out. There's many different ways that you can help me out depending upon your budget, what works for you. With what's coming, I don't want to be that guy that says, oh yeah, you get access to the great stuff if you've actually got the money, when everybody's broke, because you're not going to get very far. So but I do appreciate the thought there, Pixel, very much. And what are you in school for anyways? What are the first steps to become the doomsday prepper? Go live it. Really, go live it. Because those of us that are out here already living it, when it all falls apart, it's not going to change for us, except for maybe what happens when we go through a city, when we do resupply, how people treat us when we travel. But all in all, if you want to be a doomsday prepper, put your house on your back and figure out how to live, because you got to expect that there's going to be no fuel. Either that, or you need to figure out a way to make connections, network, and all that other stuff so that you can build yourself a network. But those that know how to and have the experience, and not just like I went and hiked for a week. No, I'm talking about go hike 1,000 miles. Go hike a long distance trail like the Florida Trail. That would be a great one. A great introduction would be the Pinhoti Trail. And if you really wanted to test out how good you are, try the Buckeye Trail. It is the most treacherous trail I've ever been on. I hated it. I mean, I survived it. I did good on it. There wasn't, I mean, if I wanted to keep dealing with all the dumb crap, yeah, I would have stayed on it. But, if you do a trail and you don't like it, don't do it. Um, don't force yourself to do something that's going to make you miserable. The road walk. Here's the thing that most people don't understand is they think, okay, yeah, we go out on trail, but the trails are designed, and this was my mistake in the beginning. Trails are designed to for like they're it's a sport, just like mountain biking or race car driving or running. It's a sport, and so therefore they're going to put all kinds of obstacles in your way. Whereas when back in the day, before we had cars, before we had paved roads, what would happen is all these roads were created by the military so that they could send troops from one place to another with ease along a route, and then in times of peace it's used as a trade route or commerce route. Okay, and so when you're walking these, they're especially like when you're taking the highways, like I'm on Highway 50 right now. When you're walking those, the grades are a lot lower. So that means you're not like hiking straight up doing something that's just absolutely crazy. Okay? And that is the way that our ancestors used to travel. It's you would hang down in the low valleys and kind of, weave in between the peaks of the different mountaintops or hilltops, and you would just have a slow grade up if you just kind of followed the valleys. And so a lot of these roads and a lot of these routes and the way that they were built was that way, which is why a lot of the cars are going along those routes for that specific reason. Okay? So if you're thinking, oh, I want to go on trails, yes, those trails are good until you get to the obstacle course. That's when you get off, you do a road walk, you go around the obstacle course, and then you continue on. But you got to realize that trail is also, it's taking you you may be making 13 real miles. So it was 18 miles from the first city where I got my resupply, Bentonville, to Peebles. But the trail, it was like 70 miles. Okay, and that's the difference between trail and road walks. And if you're going to get somewhere, do you want to spend 70 miles or 18 miles to get to the same place? It just depends upon what you want. Now, sometimes I like getting out on just. I know that as I continue to travel even more, now that I'm kind of doing more of a hybrid, I'm probably going to do a lot more road walks than I do trail walks, because I did a lot of trails, and that was what I found out about trails, because I originally wanted to use those for travel. I just don't see them as being good for travel. They're good to be able to bug out on, to be able to get some exercise. They're really good for conditioning and training, to be able to deal with the different obstacles, because I mean, you got to get used to carrying a 40 to 60 pound pack on your back. You got to get used to going up steep hills, because not every hill, like coming through here, we could go through country roads, and those country roads are not designed for travel. They're designed, just to make a road to get to a house. And so yeah, it's going to go up a steep hill, versus like on the highways and byways, they're going to be doing a slow incline and decline, which allows you to continue at a pace. Because when you start going up a steep incline, you go from, let's say, 3 miles an hour that you're walking down to like 2.25, 1.75, and now all of a sudden you spent all that energy to get to the top, and then coming down is going to be just as slow, because it's so steep. You got to make sure that you set your feet and that you're paying attention to what's going on, even if you have trekking poles, because you don't want to tip over, you don't want to fall over. And if there's loose gravel, which I've dealt with, you fall on your butt, and it is what it is. Okay, so that is that. But Melody, okay, let's see. Okay, hold on. I missed. Okay, I want to make sure I'm broke. Okay, what's okay? What's up, Cherokee? Nice to see you, man. Okay. Are you going to address that cities could now punish homelessness? Supreme Court ruling just came out. Yes, System Nomad. I actually talked about it a little bit yesterday. I'm waiting until I get into DC because I'm going to be there for at least 4 or 5 days. It's going to give me a chance to go to the library. DFH actually sent me the 90-page PDF that I got to go through, and I want to see what they said. But here's some things to that to take away from. If you really want to look at it, did it change anything? It did not overturn the what happened in the Ninth Circuit Court, because the Ninth Circuit Court was what was based upon targeting a different group. Okay, so in the Ninth Circuit Court, what they said was that because there wasn't enough homeless shelters, you could not you could not criminalize the homeless. You could not do anything like that. And so you couldn't give them a ticket for sleeping outside because what you're doing is you're targeting a specific group of people. But what Bakersfield did is they said, we have an ordinance, you cannot sleep in our parks. Well, that ordinance does not go after a specific class. Indirectly it does, but directly it does not, because that means nobody. What the Ninth Circuit Court set as precedence is that you have to apply you have to apply it equally across the board. So if a house citizen can't do it, then then it's okay to say that a homeless person can't do it. Now, does it really take away from what the Ninth Circuit Court did? No. At least from what I've read and from what I've learned in the short period of time since the ruling came out, it really doesn't change much. It just showed that Bakersfield was doing it right because they were doing equal application of the law, which is what an unequal application of the law, targeting a specific group, is a violation of the Eighth Amendment, is cruel and unusual punishment, because it's in the same way that the IRS was going after conservatives. Well, that's a violation of the Eighth Amendment. That's cruel and unusual punishment. You're using the law to target specific individuals and criminalize behavior that otherwise wouldn't be criminalized except for your political affiliation. Okay, and so that is really when we come down and we talk about what's going on with the Supreme Court. I don't really think it changed anything. Now, both of the Ninth Circuit Court and the Bakersfield thing are completely moot if the rest of the country picks up what Florida did. And if the rest of the country picks up what Florida did, that is going to be a scary thing. Because what they're saying is, well, we don't actually have to be responsible, fix the issue, deal with the social issues, understand why 1% of the population in every city is homeless. Okay, so if you go into a city that has 1,000 people, 1,000 residents, you should expect about 10 homeless people. Okay, because that is the math that works out. 1% of the American population is homeless. Okay, so if we got 350 million, then 1% would be 3.5 million. Okay, so they can sit there and say, oh, well, we only count 1 million, da 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 da. Well, no, if you go and you look at a lot of the programs and a lot of other stuff, you'll actually see you'll be able to kind of overturn that argument in a lot of ways. Okay, so right now we're sitting at probably around 1.5 to 2% homelessness because of the collapsing economy. You've got people out here that are like me. I lost my business in 21. Bushcraft lost his business. All America Prepper lost his business. A lot of us have lost our businesses. 50% of all American businesses went out of business during the pandemic because of the crazy stuff that was happening. Not only that, you've got people that were sheltered in place that lost everything. Okay, and they've never regained their stuff because there's no services that will actually help these people, because it's all about fleecing the system for these not-for-profits to gain a profit than it is for them to actually provide some sort of help. And yes, the federal government gave a lot of money for homelessness, but where is it being spent and how is it being wasted? You're not seeing an improvement in it. You're just seeing the same thing going, and they're just putting a spin of, look at how we've reduced homelessness. You haven't reduced homelessness. You've just swept it under the rug, put a few people that could easily get housed back in a house and say, look at our numbers, okay? Houston, from what I understand, is doing the right, is doing the best. And that's why a lot of these cities are trying to pick up the models. But if Houston, or excuse me, if the Supreme Court would have ruled in favor of the homeless people instead of Bakersfield, that would have actually forced a lot of these homeless programs to start being responsible, because the states and the cities would start holding these not-for-profits and NGOs responsible. Like, you have to fix homelessness, and we're not going to give you money unless you give us results, because we're getting tired of it. And the only reason why the mayor complains about it is because business owners are complaining about it. Why are business owners complaining about it? Because they think that the 50 cents or the $2 that you give somebody on the streets could be money in their pocket and their profit. And they don't want you giving money away to these bums, because they want the money. They're greedy. It's a lack of compassion for your fellow human being, regardless of how you feel. Just, if you're not going to take the opportunity to understand it, and all you're going to do is use your money to lobby the cities and the state and the feds, then to be able to prevent homeless from actually existing, while you therefore exploit their very basic needs. I mean, what do you expect? Okay, so System Nomad, I hope that answers your question. Okay, Melody, sure do. Always never go any place without protection on you. At hand to us in a sec flat. Okay. Okay. Well, Linda, you should have used protection. You wouldn't have gotten Melody. Um, oh my God, I hope you guys are pissing yourselves on that one. Yeah, I'm sure he will. It's normal topic, System Nomad. Okay, yes, da-da-da. Nice, Okay, yeah, we saw that. Wasn't being rude. Love the channel. Yeah, we love you too, Pixel. So, works the same. All good. Okay. What's up, Mr. Orange? Good to see you. What's up, Ian? Nice to see you. Cherokee, cool to hear you're going to be in Florida this winter. It may be short, it may be long. I don't know how long I'm going to be in Florida, but if you're in Florida, you need to let me know so I can make make some sort of plans to come and at least hike with you for a day or something like that. I'm going to be more in the northern part, like from like Orlando north. So if you're going to be in that area, because I mean, once I'm not going into the Everglades. Hell no, not doing it. I did Bradford Bay. I'm skipping that. I kind of had to skip the Apalachia National Forest because the trail turned me around. Like, it had me going in circles. Like, I left, walked about 5 miles, took a turn, and then it took me right back to where I started 5 miles later. I'm like, screw this, I'm doing a road walk in. Okay, so are you Mr. Pebbles, Mr. Bam Bam? Yeah, I guess you could call me Bam Bam if you want. So, hit that like button. Yes, Ian. Already did. Just a guess. What's going on, man? Nice to see you. Where's Bucknut? Yeah, he's probably biting down on a stick. What's up, Clyde? I ain't seen you in a while. Yeah, I want to drive and look for weed like my ancestors did. Drive? Why would you drive? I mean, you could take a seat if you want to if you want to run a circuit, and you can have it all you want and just throw it off trail. You'll be plenty fine. Trails are more for pleasure over transportation. Yeah, Jeremy, that's the hard lesson I've learned. So I hope you stay past 6 p.m. so to give Bucknut a chance to come in. Yesterday, your notification was telling us 6 p.m. I went in at 6 and I missed you. Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. YouTube is having issues. I'm actually starting this live stream gave me an issue. I had to end the live stream, which it's not ending it. It's just there's a glitch that's happening and I don't know what it is. I keep having to uninstall, reinstall the application. I don't know if it's the issues with iPhone and Google, or if it's something else. So, what's up, John? Nice to see you. John, trails were the original route through the mountains. Yes, but those trails are now turned into roads. Okay, all they did was they The Alabama Road Walk is a Three Notches Trail. It technically goes from um, Pensacola all the way up to Chicago and New York and Washington D.C. That would the general commission the trail to go there. Now the Alabama Road Walk is the Three Notches Trail, but it's all paved. Okay, so that's why. So you're taking the Three Notches Trail. You're taking a what used to be a trail, but they've paved all those trails for cars. What's up, Bug Out? Nice to see you. So, Ian. Oh, hey, Pebbles. Nice to see you. Hit that like button. It's free. Yes, it is. All right, Fruity. You like the live. All right. You survive another day. All right. I just popped a 25. Okay. Thanks, Tucker Carlson. Okay. I don't know what that means, Tori. What's up? Hey, what's up, Scott? Glad to see you, buddy. Um, I need to reach out to you shortly before I leave Parkersburg, and we need to figure out a meetup because I think it's going to be smarter for me to meet up with you before I head south than it would be for me to go south and then come back up because I'm going to want to take a bus in one form or fashion. So I may walk back to Parkersburg, take a bus to Cincinnati, see you, and then head south. That's probably what's going to end up happening. But I'm glad to see you, Scott. The trails meant everything to me in a neighborhood on the river. I had no car, but I did have a bike, and it was always my choice of travel. Let me just expand that to a bit using that attitude. Okay. There are lots of forest trails that can. I don't know. Here's the thing. My buddy Gary out of Cincinnati, he just got done. He's a biker. So he rode from Cincinnati all the way up to Cleveland. He did 97 miles his first day. And I was so impressed. I got to talk to him today. He got home a couple days ago. And I got to talk to him today. And it's just like he was telling me how he did, and I asked him how his food was and how he crashed. Now, he did have a little bit of fluff, like stopped off at an Airbnb. But, my hammock is just as good as an Airbnb because of what it does. Like, he's able to give his body recovery time because he's laying in a soft bed. It's low impact, gives his body a chance to heal. Well, I'm doing the same thing on this hammock. So, I get the same recovery time. I didn't have a hammock back then. I was sleeping on a tent, or sleeping in a tent on the ground. But he did 97 miles his first day, like almost 100 miles his second day, and then there was a couple days of rain where he made like 40, 50 miles. But he did that like real quick. I think he did it in like 5 days, and he did phenomenal. But the thing is he's been riding bike for so long that his body is designed for it. Plus, he also traveled much lighter than me. I was carrying 50 pounds on my back, in my saddlebags, because I had a 75-liter saddlebags, a 3-piece, 2 side and 1 on the top, and the top one would actually turn into a backpack. But he traveled lighter, so therefore it was less wear and tear. He listened to some of the things I said, and he planned accordingly. And he even stopped off and ate quite a lot. He said he didn't lose any weight, but he did. He did kind of like lose a lot of that water weight. He kind of toned up a little bit. So a lot of people are complimenting him about how his physiology changed. But he's a guy that rides a bike. I don't ride bikes. I suck at bikes. My body is not set up for bikes. I can walk 20, 25, 30 miles in a day, no problem. Okay? Riding a bike 30 to 40 miles, 50 miles a day, oh my God, it's easier. My body, it does better walking than it ever has on bike. So for each person, you're going to have something that works for you. If you are somebody that is an avid biker, yeah, biking's going to be the way to go. But if you're somebody like me who likes to walk and prefers being bipedal, well, you know what? Trails and road walks are going to be the way for you to go. Houston and Galveston will help their homeless. Yeah, I'd love to learn more about that. I hope not. We need you around there, Linda. We'll protect you. I'll throw Bucknut in front of whatever she throws at you. He'll be cannon fodder. So okay, Ian? Okay, damn. The wind's blowing and I'm getting the sun in my eyes. Do you have a compass? I did until it got stolen. It was given to me by a top-notch survivalist. So I met Mr. Wesley when I was on the Alabama Road Walk. If you ever get a chance and you want to go meet somebody cool, Mount Zion Methodist Church. It's like 20 miles north of Andalusia, maybe 10, but it's Mount Zion Methodist Church, and you should definitely. Is it Methodist or Presbyterian? I, th- I think it's Methodist. Might be Presbyterian, but you'll know if you call up the Pinhoti Outdoor Center. They'll give you the GPX file. It's one of the places that you stay, one of the many churches along the way. But this guy was a sailor. I think he went over and served in Vietnam. He was a very skilled gentleman. He's kind of the quasi mayor of that town. Not only that, this guy he teaches, like, I'm not sure if it's through Cub Scouts, but he teaches them like how to live as if it was 1825. This man went to the Library of Congress and got to look at George Washington's fishing kit and created a replica of it for himself. He told me if the world ever falls apart, all he needs is his pocket knife and a string. That's all he needs, and he could walk out, survive, and build everything. But he knows how to make all these primitive tools. He makes his bows using the ligaments or whatever of deer. That's how he makes it, because he's using the original methods. Okay, so if you ever get a chance and you really want to go learn how to be like a top-notch survivalist, that guy is definitely worth your time. So, did you come near a dispensary? I may tomorrow. I don't know what. So tomorrow we're going through Coolville, not to be confused with Whoville. And then like 10 miles after that, um, we're in Parkersburg. I think there may be a vape shop along the way. I will. I don't know how to. If there is, I will create a short tomorrow on our way out, and then that way it'll give people enough time. Anybody that wants to buy me a pre-roll or some flour, you can drop something in my tip jar then. Okay. So, but not right now. Not today. I have not. We've actually been out in the sticks all day. I haven't seen a gas station yet. The next place to find any like gas or food or anything else like that's another 5-6 miles down the road. That's what I was thinking. Ain't you got a seed? In that they really don't give out seeds unless you know somebody. I don't know anybody, so no, I don't have any seeds. I should be in Florida by September at the latest. Well, yeah, so I'll probably be there a month after you, because I'm gonna be in. I want to be in Georgia either the last week of September or the first week of October. And I will end up leaving around the on YouTube payday, because that will give me a chance to catch a bus to where I need to go next after I'm done. So it's okay. Okay. I'll have my own pad, so hopefully we can meet and chill with a few bowls. Oh, dude, bowls and a Coke. I'm in. I'm in. So okay. So you're in Alabama. So Linda, are you familiar with the Pinhoti, the Alabama side of the Pinhoti? You should definitely go hang out on the Pinhoti. That is an amazing trail. I actually met a van lifer that was in one of those, because she followed along the trail, and they're right around the Appalachian. Wait, no, that was in Florida. No, I'm thinking Florida. Sorry, not Alabama. I didn't see any van lifers. No, I saw, well, one lady, but she was just kind of traveling and paying in a campground for 2 weeks at a time. You can swing north to Michigan and load up on cheap weed. Prices are really low here. There isn't any bad weed in Michigan. Like $18 or $8 an eighth here. Wow, the price of weed is dropping. Like $25 an eighth was like dealer prices, and now that seems to be common. Swing north like it isn't a 2-month trip. Yeah, really. Well, Mr. Orange, hammocks are amazing. Underquilt can be a pain to set up, though. Yes, it is, but I've kind of figured it out. Mine is built in a bug net, which is a great mosquitoes find me super tasty. You know what? This has a bug net with it too. I just the bug net's on the other side. I can't really. Well, let's see if I can show you guys. So this is the bug net. That's normally, but like since I'm not using it tonight, I don't even worry about it. Up here, the mosquitoes aren't that bad. Down south, the mosquitoes are horrible. So mine has okay. Good workout. Yes. Okay. I bet you $100 you couldn't walk 4 miles. Okay, Dixon. I already did like 5 times, 6 times that today. So yeah. So anyways, you owe me $100. You could put it in my tip jar. Be much appreciated. So I'm in Florida, but not here where you'll be. I'm closer to the coast. Palm Coast. So like you're probably down near Naples and like Fort Lauderdale, aren't you? Clyde, the eighth here is equivalent to of around $45. Okay. Um. Okay. I'll take that $100 bill there, troll. No, hey, All American Prepper. That's me. So okay, may as well just send it to Tuck now. Yeah, pretty much. I'm totally serious. It's so cheap you can't sell what you grow at home. That's good. That's but it's. I wonder how it's gonna change things. I'll bet you $100. He can just bring it. I love you, All American. You're awesome. Michigan is cheaper. Okay, that's a side conversation. Um, Doug said I paid $12 for a pre-roll and I about shit, dude. In Oregon, in Oregon, I was paying like if you want, and especially you go to Denver. For the cartridges, you're paying 40 to 60 bucks. For the for an eighth in Denver, I was paying 40 to 60 bucks. So the price is really dropping. It didn't used to be that way. So, and a lot of it has to do with all these states that are getting legal. Um, Shit, can't 29 1 gram pre rolls for like $30 on special place. Oh wow, I would love that. But you got to look at the see. My sweet spot on THC content is like 16 to 22%. So not like the Baker's doesn't. Okay, I'll be glad when you get down here so we can do the Florida Trail. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a long ass walk. I can tell you that much. I can tell you right now. So here in New Jersey, it's legal too. $40 eighths at 41%. Holy, they're taxing it at 41%. Nowhere near there. I'm just north of Daytona, west of Ocala. Okay, I know. Yeah, my parents are in Apopka, so I know where you're at. Um, and if I do the green, well, I may, depending upon what happens with me and All American Prepper and Pebbles, I may end up taking because the Greenway goes from what is it, the Keys all the way up into Maine, and it just rides the coastline. And I was through Daytona. Oh yeah, yeah. I went in the in Daytona. You have to if you want to get into a shelter, you have to call the cops, and then they have to run your ID, and then the shelter is all the way at the end of town, which so they're pushing people out, and then the preacher because I wouldn't like do the whole God dogma shit. He just was a dick to me. I'll just leave it at that. Bushcrafts, glad to see you here. You haven't offered a handlebar yard yet. Come on now. You're slacking. Pack leader stealth camping. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I will make an effort. Okay. Or I may be close enough. Like if I'm in Jacksonville, Jacksonville's really not that far from you. That would be the closest city that I would be if I'm launching to either Pensacola or Tampa area or even Orlando area. So, because my parents live in the Orlando area. I get 2 grams disposable vapes, 2 for $40. Jeremy, one day I'm gonna have to send you some money, and you're just gonna have to ship it to me, and we're just all gonna have to be quiet about it. I lived in Milton for a while, and then Hurricane Opal hit. Huh? Never heard of Hurricane Opal. But yeah, Florida's. I lived by Sanford. Oh yeah, my old man, he used to drive school bus out there for Seminole County. So, yeah, small world, isn't it, guys? Yeah, I know Florida better than I should. What do you recommend we do if we're stuck and need to ride out a storm? Takes us about 12 hours to leave Houston due to traffic. Well, Melanie, what are the storms like? What's the historical precedence? Okay. What's the worst that could happen? And then know your environment and then figure I mean, not necessarily figure it out from there, but yeah, figure it out from there. I mean, like me, sometimes I come up, I can't find two trees. What am I going to do? I'm going to lay down on the ground. I got a tarp. I throw my underquilt down as my pad. I use my sleeping bag, and I use my bag as a pillow, and that's how I sleep at night, on days and stuff like that. But I mean, you always want to be prepared to have, if you're in a house, you should probably have, okay, me and Sam, for a 24-hour period of time, because you got to learn how to use very little water when doing your dishes and doing your cooking. Okay, you got to start looking for things that use minimal water, because if you lose access to clean potable water, that's the worst thing that could ever happen to you. It's bad because it's contaminated, and then you can unalive after like 3 days of not having water. Versus food, it's much different. I think it's like 3 weeks. Okay, so having your water supply stocked up is probably the most important thing, but also learning how to use minimal amount of water. Like, I can use about 3 ounces of water, and that's a lot of water. For me, okay, I can use 2 to 3 ounces worth of water, and I can wash all of my cook set, even if I'm making soups, rice. Um, the only thing that takes a lot is like when I make chili. That is just one of the mess. But I also use the wipes to kind of help me out as well. Because the thing is the wipes is kind of like your sanitation, your soap. So you rinse it out. Basically, you take a little bit of water, you put it in the bottom of your pan, and then you just kind of tilt it, and then just kind of go around the rim, get all the stuff that's caked on, and then let's swirl it around, dump it out, take a wet wipe and wipe around the inside edges and make sure that all the gunk is off. Not only did you sanitize it, but you also made sure it's extra clean. Now, it only took you a couple of ounces of water to do that. And, now all of a sudden, when it comes to cooking, instead of using a whole sink full for dishes, now you can use just a tiny bit. But water preservation and really learning how to ration your water. Not only that, if you've got access to unpotable water and you can at least use like a rag to filter it, boil it. Okay, don't use the bleach. Even though some people say you can do it, don't use the bleach. Okay, I'm not I knew a guy that carried a little capsule of bleach. The measurement is so small, and you need to know your measurements. You need to know your chemistry, and the average person doesn't. So I wouldn't recommend it unless you're knowledgeable about something like that. But your water is probably the most important thing to consider when anything happens. It is the heaviest thing for you to carry, and it is also the most vital thing that you have. And if and the worst thing is if you get something like giardia or dysentery because you've got feces in the water, you got bacteria in the water. That's really scary. Dysentery can really, like, it can be fatal. Giardia is just miserable. Okay, but from what I understand, that there's 12 strains of Giardia. Once you heal from one, you'll never get it again. So it's almost like an inoculation. So if you get all 12 in a short period of time, yeah, it'll be miserable, but you'll never get sick again. You could drink any type of water you want. Okay, but that's something to think about. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, camping. Okay. Um, yes, I know, Bucknut, and I still feel like an idiot for that. I screwed up. I didn't understand. I thought you were offering me like vape for tobacco. I wasn't thinking about that at the time, just because, like, I'm so used to people thinking about vaping for tobacco. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, okay. I live by Sanford. I already saw that one. Okay, I just answered that. Altamont Springs was familiar for me. Yeah, Altamont Springs is nice. Um, my favorite place though was it Sanford? I don't know. I flew. Yeah, yeah. The I think it was Sanford. and I would go over to the little McDonald's and I would fly a sign by the by the Walmart over there, and yeah, that helped me pay for Sam's doctor visit. So that was nice. Altamont Springs was nice, or not Altamont Springs, but Sanford. Okay, Jeremy Bucknut, can you hang out here anytime? Okay. Yes, I know. Open hit in about early mid '90s. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was still in school. I worked for the Van Dyke Stone Shop. I don't know who they are. Killers. Okay. You're going to head south and not west. No. Is yes, because well, I mean, the simple answer is I want to go meet Pebbles. I don't, and so yeah, but I still made a promise to come see you. So that's kind of why I want to come back and do that. If I didn't make that promise, I would have probably been heading south. But the thing is it's so hot that I need to delay my trip south anyways, and I want to stay west of the Appalachians anyways. But yeah, part of it is just because if everything's gonna break down this year, if I don't know how to do the survival stuff like foraging, if I'm not really good at it, then it's gonna be really hard for me, especially if there's supply chain issues. So, but again, I'm making a trip to come back with you because one, you're a good guy. I like you. I think you're an awesome guy, and I'd love to go hiking with you. But also, again, I made a commitment, and I like to honor my commitments because it makes me feel good about myself, and it also, gives me my integrity. But I think that when I come up, if I come up to do the ADT again, which I will probably if Pebbles and I don't work out, yeah, I'll probably be up here on the ADT next year. But if we do work out, she's got an obligation that's going to keep us down south for another year. And with that being said, when that obligation is freed up, she and I have kind of already agreed that whether we go get a piece of property or we get on the road, and if we get on the road, I'm gonna bring her up here to the American Discovery Trail because I want to be in the north and I want to head west because once we get to the Rockies, we're probably gonna go into the woods and set up a homestead that way if we can't afford one. So, um, I hope so. I mean, I really I feel like you guys are so smart. I feel stupid. Honestly, I know how to be homeless, but survival it's much different than being homeless because you have resources. What happens if all those resources go out? I mean, the farther I move north, the more I see that the food lines they're serving less and less food because there's more and more people. Food is costing more. There's more people pulling at it, and it's just and they're having issues. And so you went from having hearty portions to you better use your food stamps to supplement what they're feeding you, even though they're feeding you 3 times a day because they just don't have enough food to feed all the homeless. And that's what's really going on. So if you don't know how to survive and you get dispossessed, you're either going to lose a lot of weight and just kind of like sit there and in the cities, people are there's gonna be a lot of people that will not survive because of the food shortages, and it's already starting to affect the homeless community. You can get a real sick. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got all that. Okay. Any prepper should have loads of paper plates and utensils. Paper plates. Um, if you plan on living in a landfill, yeah, sure. I would. No, not unless you're planning on burn pitting it or something like that. Um, that like one of the things that impressed me about Jeremy is when he sent me my care package, there was so little in the as far as waste, like the box and like a piece of paper. Everything else was usable, and like I could take it and reuse it and stuff like that. Now it's just like when you're homeless, and live the homeless lifestyle, you kind of know how to repurpose things and you look at things much differently. And when you see Ziploc bags, you just kind of like, yeah, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's good. But I think that you should rethink that, Cherokee. I don't think that's really, because I mean it's gonna bring a lot of things that you don't want. That's almost a half a cup. Okay, they always come in handy. Okay, bird bass are key in SHTF. Screw that 2G a day thing. Um, well, no, you better be close to a lake, a river, or some sort of water spot because you're going to want to. And you also better be careful that you're not contaminating your drinking water because you're bathing in your drinking water. So, that's something else to think about. I'm lazy. I'm going to say pass. Unalive is weird to me. Okay. Well, that's what YouTube requires me to say so that I don't get censored. Thank you for the knowledge. I never thought about water. Okay. Uh, yeah, that you know what that was probably the biggest lesson that I learned on this trail was how important water is. Just remember, if you're on thin ice, you might as well dance. Um, yeah, that's one thing to do. No bleach, only for extreme situations. Well, there are hikers that use that in their water. We'll do okay. 7 pounds per gallon. Yes, and so every ounce counts. So you don't want to carry. I carry a 1 liter bottle. When that thing is filled up, I can feel it pull on my shoulders. I mean, it's a good 2-3 pounds. I don't know how much a liter is compared to a gallon, but it's a liter. I can definitely feel the extra weight on my back, and so like that's why I drink it quickly so that it kind of lightens up. I've been in dense. Okay. Okay. The town, right by Sanford. Okay. Um, I can't think of its name. Yeah. Longwood. No, it wasn't Longwood. Off 434. Yeah, it's there. The bus still goes through there. No, maybe it wasn't Sanford. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Honestly, if you go in my community tab or in my videos from this winter, you'll see it right after I got Sam. So because we'd take Sunrail from Orlando up there because Orlando just sucked. I hated Orlando. I only went into Orlando to get my special stuff. Stealth camping is like it takes him a while to get to chat. Often it's hard to have a convo in chat. By the time he gets to it, he forgot the topic. Okay. Um, we stayed in that state park over there. Okay. I've gotten hooked watching camping videos, see all kinds of new stuff. I mean, just pack light, be efficient in what you use, bring things that are going to be minimal waste. That's the important part. Look, uh, Wakaiva State Park. Isn't that where the mermaids swim? Okay. Linda, okay, just be careful. Most of those are sponsored, basically. Okay. Okay. Yeah, guys, I have brain damage. My memory sucks. I try really hard to remember the conversation, but I'm reading every comment and I'm living in the moment, so I don't really get to. I don't really get that opportunity to remember everything that we've talked about. So foraging, brother, foraging is key to survival. That is the next key to my survival, yes. But water is the key to survival. Foraging is your second key to survival. Because without water, foraging means nothing. I'm in New Jersey. You know how careful I have to be to go to unnoticed camping for months here while still going to work and keeping myself alive. Oh wow, yeah. There's another subscriber that is that is in New Jersey actually, and pack leader. Well, you got a job, so that she wouldn't be able to help you. But Ayana is in New Jersey, and a she's starting up a what's it called? One of those NGOs. But she wants to do a work program, and I've kind of been giving her some ideas on how to actually build one. Um, If you send me an email, I will forward your contact information off to her and she can reach out to you. It's friartuck at hobotuck.com. Jeremy, I'll be careful. Okay, everyone brings a different perspective and skill set. I would have major weaknesses that others can cover and vice versa. That's the good thing about your mag. Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, that's part of community. That's part of all the relationships which you have. Frosty Forest. Okay. Not everyone here likes you, lives like you, Mr. Tuck. They are giving ideas to people that helps them in some way. Okay. Well, you guys got to ask because sometimes I don't know what you guys don't know. I only know what I know, and I think it's normal, you know. But it is what it is. Okay. Okay. Then I guess you're okay. Melly, they have bags you can put in your tub that you can fill with water. Oh, I've heard of those. Okay. Oh no, there's two of me. I've been cloned. Uh oh. Uh oh. Okay, let's see. Orlando is crazy, crazy place. I hated it there too. Yeah, well, there was a tweaker that came through town, and yeah, he tried to friend me, and then he wanted to act like he could yeah, no. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That guy was, if I hope I never come across him again because if the police have taken their uniform off, I'm gonna settle what we started. So the only reason why I didn't is because I wasn't willing to go to jail with my new dog. And that honestly, that sucks when you have to eat crow in order to, on behalf of someone else. Like, I got to think about my dog before I think about me, and, I like it, but, at certain times it sucks because now all of a sudden I start destroying my reputation because out here, if you can't scrap, then or you can't hold your own, then all you are is a target. Okay, you're a target for any bully, for any dealer, for anybody that wants to take you out, and so therefore, that in with all these laws preventing you from being able to do that, and the amount of time that you're going to spend in jail for doing that, it's it's almost destructive. Now, within the homeless community, you also have to worry about those sore losers. The guy that's gonna call the law on you because he lost the fight. That happens a lot. You got to be very careful. There's a lot of snakes in the grass out here. But yeah. Anyways, that was my trip to Orlando. Okay, Melody, be careful. That could be a troll. Okay. Linda, check out the outdoor gear review channel for some ideas. Non-sponsored content. He's excellent. Okay. I might have to check him out too. Okay, you are absolutely correct. You must have water is more important than food. Yes. Okay, I think I meant okay. Oh yes, bushcraft is always coming back. Bushcraft like you is a permanent fixture here. Um. Okay. Yes, we're okay. Well, it looks like we've gotten through all of the comments tonight. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal. Hey, if you guys ever want to leave me a tip down in the tip jar, it's all down in the description. If you guys want to come over to Patreon, get a different style of access, be able to sit back and chat with me and Alfred and and Jeremy and whoever else is over there, come on over and join us there. There's many different ways you can be part of the channel, get different types of access to me. There are even free ways, like if you send me an email or through my website, hobotalk.com. You better watch out. He'll offer you handlebar rides. Then you'll be locked in. So, what is Patreon? Um, okay, Patreon is a third-party app that basically YouTube can censor me because this is YouTube's platform. It's free to use. Now you can pay to use it, like with the YouTube Premium and other things, but it's a free site. So therefore, they get to control what's on their platform. Whereas behind a paywall, I get to say what I really think, what I really feel, what I really want to know, or what I really want to say. And I don't have to worry about it unless I'm like doing some sort of hate group or something like that. I mean, that's pretty standard par for the course. But Patreon allows me the opportunity to not be censored and to be able to say what it is that I want to say. And as we grow and we get a community over there that's active, I want to start doing live streams over there for you guys because I want to be able to have a spicy live stream and leave it behind a paywall and have those of you that are there that we can all sit there and be good without somebody getting triggered by what I say. So That's that. I hope Linda gets on Patreon. I will be there also as of tomorrow. I thought you were already there. It shows that you got another week subscription. So, and anybody that wants to come over there, it is a there's a free 7 day subscription. There, the way that it works is it's 5, 10, and 20. So you get, regardless of which tier you choose, you will get access. You'll get the same access. The reason why I do it this way is because there are people out there that $20 is a drop in the bucket. For other people, $20 is a tank of gas. And so I don't want to restrict access based upon income, especially consider what we talk about. I mean, that would be kind of hypocritical of me. Just sit there and say, you need to have money to be able to, no, that's just, there's a lot wrong there. It gives you access to me. So what do you get over on Patreon right now? You get the chat function, which is what Jeremy absolutely loves. That's like the main reason he's over there. Not only do you get the chat function, but you also get you also get to see a lot of the clips that I post from my walks, because I show things along the way. And then I also post like when I do a live stream and I can't leave it live because I said some stuff that is going to cause YouTube to kind of, you know, give me some messages. We'll just say that they'll send me a nasty gram. I'd rather just put it behind a paywall and not have to deal with YouTube. So you get that access to that as well. And so if you guys ever get me on one of those subjects, yeah, that's just a sure way to ensure that the live stream ends up behind a paywall. Okay. So, okay. I still need till July to figure out Walmart and SSI. I sent you a chat and you never replied. I will have to go look. I will have to go look on Patreon. I know that for some reason, I think the reason why nobody saw chat was because I invited certain people when I first started, and so those people have never really come into chat. I went back and redid it, so now I get to see two chats. I think Jeremy and Alfred do too. So, Mr. Bam Bam, looking comfy in that hammock. Yes, I am. Hope, and I'm actually wide awake now. After this, I'm gonna cook me some dinner though. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna have me some cream soup with some rice in it, and I'm gonna cook me one of those those chunks of spam, and I'm gonna split that with Sam, even though she got her dinner already. So, but I'm always trying to make sure that she eats well and that she's got plenty of nutrients. Last night I didn't even eat dinner. I was so tired I didn't even get to talk to Pebbles. I was like, yeah. I mean, I fell asleep like maybe 9 o'clock last night, and I didn't wake up till almost 7 because I was just that tired. But I didn't eat, didn't do anything last night. We got into camp. I think I may have had a granola bar, but that's about it. But like the mile and a half that we walked before or to that place, we'd stopped at a gas station. Now I did eat part of a burger, but I gave half of it to Sam just because it was, I don't know what it was. And then a half of a burger, and then I drank a couple of those body armors, just to make sure that I was properly hydrated. I'm there for Alfred's Whitey repertoire. Is it Whitey or Whittle? Okay. Yeah, and I haven't seen Alfred. Is he mad at me? I hope not. I know we had an issue, so I want to say this so that this doesn't happen again. Unless there is an Amazon locker near me, if you're going to send me a care package, it has to be through the post office. Okay? The post office. So here's what happened. I come into town into Londonderry, and I stop and I check and I say, hey, did my package arrive? Because I'm thinking I'm there on Wednesday, not Thursday. I didn't realize it was Thursday till maybe like a couple hours later. And he's like, no, your package hasn't arrived. I said, okay, well, I'll be by in the morning to pick it up, because I was like, okay, I've got my own stuff to cover, so I'll just use that as my extra snacks along the road. And I was looking forward to it. Well, apparently at 1:50, so from 1 to 2, they're closed. It's a union shop. Got to be able to have your lunch. Well, at 1:50, UPS comes by to deliver it. Well, the postman did not take delivery. Well, they sent it to Chillicothe. It's stuck in Chillicothe. I asked him to forward it. I don't even know, because like when you're the shipper is the only one that can change the address. The receiver cannot. So I can't change that. Now I told Alfred that I would be here in I'd be here in Parkersburg, like within 4 days. And like I even left a note for them to be able to do it, because the thing is I don't want him to lose money. And he won't lose money. It's just it's the inconvenience and the stupidity of it to begin with, from the post office point of view. I mean, come on! I just stopped in and said, "Hey, I'm waiting for a package," and then, "Oh, I'm eating lunch, dude. You look like you ain't missed a lunch. You've had a couple extra lunches, man. Seriously, you can't even stand. You're leaning on something. So, like, seriously, you could take in an order, or you could take in something like that. Just take an extra 10 minutes on lunch or something if it really is that important. But, to sit there and say, oh, well, I was on lunch, I can't do it. Well, he didn't just screw me, he screwed several people, because I wasn't the only one standing in line going, where's the hell are my packages? I had two people in front of me doing the same thing. And, I don't know what to do. So, okay, okay. So I made spaghetti in the crock pot. It's kind of twice baked spaghetti. Oh man, um, I'm hungry. Don't tease me. That's not right. Ah, I know I can make a good red sauce though. I love pebbles. I'm glad. Yeah. Okay. My favorite thing in the crock pot is what my stepmom does. Is she'll put a little bit of grape jelly in with with like the Sweet Baby Rays, and she'll put like a whole thing of meatballs in there, and let them simmer like on low all day. So when my old man and I would get home, yeah, we had those meatballs, man. I had to literally like wait until everybody else had theirs, and then I cleared out what was left, because I love those things so damn much. That was one of my favorite things. But yeah, crock pots are good. Oh, and she makes an amazing it's not like it's a cream of mushroom soup with chicken and rice. So whatever that is. Um, in the woods, the Dutch oven is king. No place to plug in the crock pot. Dutch oven. I'm gonna have to look that up. Maybe I need to know what that is. That's the reason why I have Amazon stuff shipped to me and then send it all at once. I was afraid of the shipping incompetence would rear its head. Yeah, and when we talked about it, because you guys were asking me how do I ship it, I was like, I was told back in Chattanooga that this would happen, and it happened, and I feel really really bad, but like also I didn't need, like I said, that farmer just kind of, I think a lot of the reason why I felt uncomfortable was when he came and talked to me during the live stream and I was telling him what I was talking about. It almost seemed as if the answer in which I would have gave him would have determined whether or not I would have had a pleasant stay. Because he's asking, who do you support? If I'd have said I supported Biden, I don't know if that guy's a Biden supporter, then, I'd have been in like Flint. But if he was a Trump supporter and I said I like Biden, you know what I mean? Or if I'm a Trump supporter and I say I like Biden, you know, and he likes Biden, I was kind of screwed. And so it made me feel very uncomfortable when he came and he did that. That's why I almost packed up and left before my second live stream. But I didn't, just because I didn't want to pack up and I didn't want Sam. And I figured if he came and gave me an issue, I would move on then. But I also told him I would be gone the next day, not realizing that the next day was Friday. So I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable enough staying there, and it was hard enough. And I've had been delayed so much that I need to get on the road. I mean, right now summer just started. It's June, but it's the end of June. Almost no, tomorrow's the 1st of July. Okay, I got what? 60 days left of summer, and I've got to go see Scott. I gotta get myself going in the right direction for winter. I've got to, get certain things shored up and get prepared for fall. So it's like right now the way I feel is like there's not enough time for all the things that I need to do that I'm committing to do. So, but it is what it is. Okay. Dutch engines are heavy. The bomb. Okay. I almost made that tonight. All the meatballs ended up in the pasta sauce. Ah, Bart Simpson 2024. or Tuck 2024. If you don't like any of your candidates, just put me as a write-in. Show them a vote of no confidence. Yeah, I know. See what you started there, Pebbles? Huh? Hawk to a 20. Oh my God. Pebbles sent that to me, and then next thing I know, every video I see is about the Huck to it. Oh God. JP, something with JP, Awakening with JP. He did he did a skit where he was Huck Tua's boyfriend and how proud of her he was. And apparently, after she did that, she had to close down all of her social media, and she lost her job. She lost everything because she did that. That's pretty sad, but I mean, honestly, she has any man she wants because she knows what she's doing. Huck Tua. Um, what's up, Rugsy? Nice to see you. I'm talking about the Bart Simpson episode, not insult. No. Um, okay, yeah, no. No, I'm good. I get it. I got a thick skin over here, Melody. Um, and honestly, there's only a couple of things that you can do to really irritate me. Go after the people I care about. Okay, so Sam is one of the. Well, she's not people, but she's what I care about. My son is another. Pebbles is becoming another. Jeremy and all of you guys are another. Don't attack my family. Don't attack my friends, and we're good. Um, that's my big thing. And as long as people, you can say whatever you want to me. You can attack me all day long. I'm a loser. Da 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 da. I just laugh and say thank you for the comment. You're helping me out. So. I have videos on my channel catching, cooking, and eating a lot of stuff. Yes, and yeah, Bart Simpson told what he predicted. Okay, um, okay, and that's no, Melanie. Like I said, I don't care. I honestly, my give a damn is broken. I need money for repairs. I have a cup that says that. Well, I used to have a cup, but it's in my merch shop. That's another way you guys can help. You guys want some cool merch? You should definitely get my give a damn is broken one, or even I don't know. You guys could go over there and check it out, and see what you guys think about it. But I mean, I only make a couple bucks on it. The company that does it all makes it all for me, but it's considered a novelty item. So I mean, there's not really much I can do about it. Um, no, you're not hard to understand. I'm following along. So I will never. Uh, yeah, I know, Melody. You're good. You're golden. You're golden. All right, guys. So I want to eat before. Okay, I seen that cup. I plan on buying when I got say that I have all the time. I can. I got to have. I say that all the time. Yes. Um, it's you could get it in multiple colors. I like green myself. Um, but yeah, it's like $15, but it's like $5 for shipping, so you're gonna pay $20 for it. It's very durable as long as you're not slamming it up against walls like I was. But I mean, honestly, that cup held up. That cup was really really good. So if you want something that's durable for $20, it's worth it. And rather cry once, right? So okay, okay. I'm so broke if it costs a dime to shit. Oh, well, you know what, Bushcraft? Um, we're gonna have to have another chat, and we're gonna have to work on you. Okay, we're gonna have to get that fixed. It shouldn't be that hard. You have a phone. Look into Upwork. Look into Fiverr. Look into different things that you can do. There's plenty of things. You have plenty of talents. You're very good at what you do. Um, and I'm sure that you could find some things that would make you some money so that you can afford to take a shit. Okay. So, but yeah, I will reach out to you probably when I'm in DC. Apparently, I got a lot more. Man, I need to really curve back my commitments, but this is an important commitment to make. Okay. Um, but yeah, I will reach out to you. We'll talk about that. Look into it. There's plenty of content creators out there that's all they talk about is Fiverr, Upwork, how to make money, how to do it. But again, if you learn how to build a Fiverr and an Upwork profile, it will really play into how to build your YouTube profile as well. So I'm always talking technical, fix the issue, except I need to fix me. Um, well, we all need to fix ourselves. After a very long struggle, my son finally got the generator. I said, would be the best choice. Well, that's good. You know, sometimes you got to struggle. It's the way it is. All right, guys. Okay. Good night. Okay. Thanks, DFH. All right, guys. This is the end of the live stream. I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Same bat time, same bat channel.